past 2 years of running Taurify, I have tried and failed and pivoted so many times. I have been in the trenches with this agency. We have had good times, we have had bad times, and as a company and as a person, I have gone through so many experiences with this agency. Some of them were great, some of them sucked. There have been times when I didn't know if I was gonna make payroll. There have been times when I've lost many clients. There have been times when I was frustrated with the lack of results that we're getting for our clients. People were yelling at me, things were going wrong, and it just was not a fun time. But I am so thankful for all of those times in the trenches, all of those times where we failed, because as a business owner and as a person and as a company, that has made us so much better. When you fail and things go wrong, it is your job to analyze what went wrong, why this happened, and how can we pivot or how can we change to make sure that this doesn't happen again. You don't want to just fight the symptoms, you want to stop the problems from happening in the first place. These are the types of conversations that we needed to have internally to really take Taurify to the next level. Starting off strong at number 1, the first big, massive change that I made that really helped us take that next step was I tripled down on my niche. Originally, Taurify was a company that always worked with painting contractors. That was about 50% of our client base. We were good at it, we specialized in it, but it wasn't like all that we did. We had painting contractors, some auto detailers, a few other industries, and because of that, we were good at painting, but it wasn't like our specialty. Now, that is the only thing that we focus on. We stopped focusing on everything else, and we are a marketing agency specifically for painters now. This has allowed us to get even deeper into the niche. We have been able to create strategic partnerships like our partnership with Drip Jobs. We have been able to make connections in the industry that we wouldn't be able to if we were just a generalist. We have been able to provide much better value because we can do it specifically to this industry. For example, some of the guests that I have on to this podcast, this show, are specifically for painting contractors. If you are a jack of all trades, you are a master of none. Businesses don't want to work with somebody who does a little bit of this, a little bit of that, kind of some of this, kind of some of that. They want somebody who is really good at what they do. Let's look at another example here. You have an illness. Maybe you are having heart problems. Do you want to go to a general doctor, or do you want to go to a doctor that specializes in cardiac issues and heart problems? I think the answer is pretty clear there. You want to go to the person who is a specialty in exactly what you are looking for. Also, internally, this allows us to be more efficient. It is a lot easier as a company for us to be really good at advertising for one industry than be kind of good at 10 different industries. Let me give you an example. There was a time when I took on a salon, and it took 3-4 times as much work because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have the past experience, and my team wasn't as good at that industry. We weren't super well versed in the salon industry, the problems that the salon industry has. And because of that, it took a heck of a lot more time and the results were mediocre. That was a long time ago and we don't do that anymore, but that is just an example of how that becomes more efficient for us. So because of that efficiency, we can get ads out a lot quicker for clients and just overall do a better job in the client experience. Also, because of this specialty, this allows us to be able to charge more and charge what we're worth for this. You can go to some random shop that does a little bit of everything, and yeah, you'll probably get a cheaper price than us, but if you're looking for quality in this industry, something that's worth the price, then we're a good fit. The second thing that I massively changed in order to take my marketing agency to the next level is I extremely over-communicated expectations. When a new client signs up with us, I created what I call the expectation timeline. I literally walk them through, hey, this is exactly what's gonna happen in week 1. This is exactly what's gonna happen in week 2. in month 2, in month 3, in month 4, and so on. I want my clients to know exactly what is going to happen, when it's going to happen, when you can expect results, what normal results look like. And I also want them to know what they need to do on their end to get the most out of their results. At the end of the day, you can have the best marketing agency in the world. They can be getting you leads, setting appointments, but if your salesperson isn't able to close them, or if there are issues on that end, there's really only so much they can do. So we want to have our hand in that as much as possible so that we can hold their hand and make sure they succeed. And a lot of that circles back to expectations. Who's responsible for what and what will be done when. In the past, I was just relying on this expectation that my clients had in their head. Sometimes that was realistic, sometimes that wasn't. We specialize in providing consistent results over time, being a source of estimates that our clients can count on. So we give them strict monetary expectations and timeline expectations for when that's gonna be. Just make sure that everybody's on the same page, and really helps to prevent issues down the line from an expectation that shouldn't have been there in the first place, but was never cleared up. Number 3, the third massive change that I made is I added appointment setting to my lead generation services. Right now, we have a 3-tier offer. 2 of those may go away, and we may just stick with 1 in the future, but we have a 3-tier offer. Our first capital offer is, we generate all the leads and we call, qualify, and set the appointments for you so that all that your salesperson has to do is show up and close deals. Now, number 2 is we do everything I just mentioned, except for we don't call them, we don't qualify them. So if you have like a rock star admin or something like that that takes care of that already, then that would be a good fit. Number 3 is that we have a coaching program. It's a little bit cheaper than those options, but you have to do everything yourself. What we noticed is that a lot of business owners in the painting industry, they're running around from job to job. Maybe they're like a mid-sized company that doesn't quite have an admin yet, and they didn't have the time to properly take care of those leads. We were basically a lead generation company. We would say, hey, we got you your leads, here you go, good luck. But realistically, that's only half the battle. It doesn't matter how good the leads are, if they're not called quick, if they're not qualified, if those appointments aren't set over the phone, the leads are going to waste. And realistically, a lot of those business owners, they just didn't have the time to do it properly. So that's why we added on our appointment setting service, so that we have appointment setters that are literally sitting there all day long waiting for calls to come in. As soon as they come in, they give them a call within 5 minutes. They continue to follow up if needed, and they give that lead the attention that it needs in order to make sure that it makes it to the next step. A busy business owner is hopping around from job to job in the car all day, doing a bunch of different stuff, and probably doesn't have the time to drop everything and call a lead within 5 minutes and continue to do that every single day. That helped to increase the set rates for the leads that we generated, and that helped to increase the set rates for those leads that we generated, and it made sure that the sales team on their side had more at-bats to close more deals. The 4th massive change that I made was I got into a partnership with a CRM specifically for painters and home service companies called Drip Jobs. About 6 months ago, the CEO, Tanner, he found our content. He's like, hey, he kind of reached out to me. We talked a little bit, and he's like, I like what you guys are doing. I like who you service. And then we ended up into this partnership where all of our clients use Drip Jobs. So the reason that we developed that partnership is because we wanted to make sure that they had the best CRM and tools in order to manage those leads. Again, at this point in time, we cannot close the deals for our clients. However, you bet your ass that we're gonna make sure that they have every single tool available in order to do that. And this was part of it. We used to use High Level as an agency, and we would give our clients access to that. I will admit, High Level is pretty good, but it just didn't have the specific features that some of our clients needed, and it wasn't as user-friendly and easy to use in the field for our clients. This is kind of part of the whole theme here. We want to make sure that not only are the leads generated properly, but there's also a huge good management system down the line in order to make sure that those leads actually turn into jobs. Number 5 is I raised my prices. Raising my prices has allowed me to hire on better employees. and has allowed us to improve our results to make sure that we continue to give the best service possible. We want to be the company that is known for doing amazing quality work. We don't want to be the cheap guy. And charging a higher price but still realistic based on the results that we get for our clients allows us to reinvest even more into our service delivery and make sure that we are doing as good as possible. If we are charging really cheap prices, then we're not able to hire the team that we need and things go unnoticed and results suffer for our clients. Number 6, the next massive thing that we did is I tripled down on service delivery. In the past, we were good at generating leads. I think we pretty much had media buying figured out. But where we were lacking was on follow-up. We were not teaching our clients how to properly manage the leads. We were not making sure that the lead management system down the line was up to snuff. If our clients were setting their own appointments, we didn't tell them or teach them what to say over the phone. I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but that's the whole point of this video is that, I want to talk about our failures and what we did about them. Is I felt like there was a place in time where Taurify was focused on just signing new clients and not really making sure that our existing clients got the best service. That was resulting in churn for our clients. People were leaving, and that's not where the focus should have been. We will really take it to the next level by providing phenomenal results and services, not by signing on new clients that are just gonna leave 6 months later. We want to develop amazing partnerships with amazing painting businesses. So that was a big shift that we made. We tripled and quadrupled down on service delivery, made that our biggest focus. We created a resource library with videos and documents for all of our clients, training them and teaching them on how to manage all of these leads. We rigged up that new CRM system with drip jobs so that they have all of the tools they need to make sure that those leads get closed into jobs. We made sure that we actually personally called and qualified all of the leads so that if they're busy, then they get those estimates set right for them. This has allowed us to really hone in on the results and hold their hand and to make sure they are successful. Number 7, and the last big, massive thing that we did, maybe the most important, is I switched over my meeting structure with my clients. Let me explain. What I used to do is I used to say, hey, listen, we offer consulting. Here's this link. You can book a call as much as you want. However, that resulted in our clients not booking as many sessions and they weren't getting the attention or the training that they needed to make sure that they were managing those leads properly. So what I do now is I make all of my clients meet with me weekly for our free consulting meetings. This makes sure that they are on track. Again, this is where I hold their hand and make sure they are successful. If we look at the KPIs during that meeting and something is not up to snuff and it's on their end, I will call them out. I'll say, hey, listen, man, estimates are getting booked, leads are coming in, these numbers look good. However, it looks like there's an issue on closing. Maybe your closing rate is 10%. How about we get the salespeople to relook at those training resources that we gave you so that they can increase that closing rate. This has allowed us to make sure they are successful. All of these things like tripling down on the niche, these partnerships, all of these connections, everything like that. Because we do this specifically for them, we have gotten so much more confident as a company in what we're doing, and it allows us to give our clients some tough love. Push them to make sure they are successful. Sometimes I gotta be like that trainer in the gym, make sure you're doing 10 more push-ups so that your chest gets a little bit bigger. Those are the 7 massive changes that we made in order to get to a spot where we're at right now. And I'm sure there will be many more that are gonna take us to 100K per month. But if you are a painting contractor and you want us to run your ads, you can either click the link below and book a call with me. We'll talk about it and see what might be a good fit for you. Or if you think you have the skills to tackle this yourself, there is a free resource on our Taurify website. If you go to the resources section, you can download that and there's like a whole document that walks you through exactly what we do. You can kind of read it over and you can use this to take a crack at it yourself if you want. Other than that, if this video has provided you guys with some value, all I ask is you hit that like and subscribe button to stick around. You all have a great and amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.